YouTube, what's good? It's Henry the Youngin. We back with another video. Today we got a reaction, renting from a slumlord, part 1 from Saga the Youngin. And I know that may sound familiar because I took kind of that name from him because he gave me inspiration. I kind of like that name, his story times, and I wanted to react to a video with you guys of his story times. So this is gonna be like a great way to start off my reaction content. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on post notifications so you guys never miss a video, and also comment down below what you guys like. And yeah, let's get it.
So there were 4 of us, myself and my 3 friends, Ricky, Jesse, and Cameron. And we were all around 19. This was right after high school. And the 4 of us were looking for a house to rent. And we're trying to find a nice spot, right? Maybe a place up in the mountains overlooking the city. Fight! Yeah, right. We really thought we were in Great Gatsby. Then our wallets reminded us we were about 7 price brackets lower. Oh! Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that's facts. I'm broke as hell, bro. I got no bread. I gotta get a job.
And that fast food paycheck was not hitting like it needed to for all of that. We were on Zillow. We had to click the filter button real quick and put price lowest to highest. Yeah, let's see what options they got for budget friendly. So we're looking from lowest prices first. I remember the results loaded and the options were not good. They had all the Slumlord specials up there. We'd see some house that looked like it was previously used for purposes other than habitation, and now they're trying to move it on to the next chapter. Yeah, they were in that kitchen cooking up, and I'm not talking about casserole. I mean, some of these places got closets for bedrooms, like Harry Potter's about to move in. I think I even saw Patrick's Rock on there. They tried to say it was a studio. So we're there scouring through the trenches of Zillow, trying to thread the needle between something decently cheap but decently nice. What can I say? We were on the lookout for that hidden gem. We were at the table with the laptops and notes out and everything. But eventually, we do come across this one place that looks promising. We see the photos, and it was more or less just a regular house, but the place looked decent and the price was good too. So we call the phone number, and the landlord company picks up. And I guess this company had a bunch of houses that they owned, so we give the lady the address of the one we're interested in and ask for a tour. And she said, yeah, of course, I'd be glad to give you guys a tour. Meet me at our office tomorrow afternoon, and we'll all go look at the house from there. So she gave us their office address, and the next day we all head over. Now,
hey man, in the future, bro, hopefully maybe I can like get a crib with all my friends. We can like do content creator. That would be fire, bro. Like maybe in the future, if I got any friends that are doing content, maybe if I meet any, but like that would be fire if I could do like be in a content house. That would be fire. Like A and P and phase and shit.
Now, we all drove over separately, and I was still on my way over when Jesse texted our group chat, and he's like, guys, I just got here, and these people seem kind of suspect. And when I saw his text, I didn't think much of it. I'm thinking, what does he expect? This isn't supposed to be Beverly Hills. But 5 minutes later, when I pulled up myself, things did not look good already before I even got out of the car. Because first of all, their complex, I actually almost missed the turn because I was like, no, there's no way their office is in there. Siri told me I arrived at my destination. I thought she was mistaken. I was like, Siri, stop playing around with my emotions right now. Because this landlord's office was in a certified struggle complex.
What?
There's no other way to say it. They had it wedged in between like a smoke shop and a pawn shop, and then every other space in the complex was vacant, and the whole plaza was falling apart.
Hell no. What I say here is just leave right away. I don't care what they want to say. Like, I don't care how the house. I don't know, man. It seems sketchy.
I mean, this whole building was on its last breath. It seemed to me like the landlord themselves could barely afford their own rent for their own office. And these are the people we're about to be.
Bro, I'm sorry for the lag, y'all. Yeah, hold on.
Entrusting our housing and shelter to? But anyway, so I pull up, I see Jesse outside already, Ricky and Cameron pull up shortly after, and we all head towards the office. So we get up there, we step through the door, and this thing, the whole office was actually the size of a closet. Maybe a medium-sized closet. You opened the front door, took 2 steps inside, and you were right there. That was the whole thing. That was it. But everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Look, if Jeff Bezos could start Amazon in a garage, maybe the next great landlord could start in a shoebox.
And maybe the next great streamer is looking at you right now.
Although in this case, I don't know about a start. This seemed more like the end. But anyways, there was a window where a couple people were paying their rent at, a few chairs against the wall, and that was it. So we talked to the lady at the window, tell her we're here for a tour, and she tells us that the tour guide lady was still on her way, but she'll be here in a minute and to have a seat while we wait. So we're like, alright, no worries, although we did not have a seat because there were already 4 people inside, which meant the room was at maximum capacity. So we step outside of this pantry of an office and walk outside to wait. And we're outside just chilling in this little plaza. I remember it was like 110 degrees out that day. So we're trying to stay in the shade, just talking, when this car comes flying across the other end of the parking lot and it screeches to a halt loud right outside the rental office. The window rolls down and this dude on the inside, he just looks angry. And he leans out the window and gets straight to the point. He yells, he's like, "Hey, don't rent from these people, they're criminals." And then he sped off as fast as he pulled up. So this dude stopped his car specifically to yell at us that they were direct quote criminals and then left. We were looking at each other like, what? It was like a magic genie appeared out of nowhere and then vanished. And at this point, we're like, bro, what even is this rental office? But we didn't even really have time to process that too much because right after he sped off, the tour guide lady shows up maybe 20 seconds later. So now she pulls up, she sees us standing around outside and asks us if we were the ones here for the house tour. And we told her yes, and she's like, all right, perfect. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late, but the house is just around the corner, so no need for us all to drive separately. You can all just hop in my car and I'll drive us there together. And we're like, all right, I guess that makes sense. And we all hop in her car and get going. So we're all packed into her car. And as we're driving over to the house, she's making small talk for the first couple minutes. And then at one point, she just very nonchalantly goes, yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time, before we get to the property, that the previous tenants, they never fully moved out. So just letting you guys know some of their belongings are still left behind, but just use your imagination and you'll be able to picture the place empty. So I'm thinking, alright, kind of a strange thing to say. Also seemed very intentional how she just kind of slipped that in there. And also, what does that even mean? The last people never fully moved out. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think when when you move out of somewhere, you gotta move everything out so like people that want to come check out the house can like see how it's looking. So it's kind of weird that they didn't take everything out of the house.
But I'm thinking, what, a couch here, a chair there, they left some dishes in the cabinet. All right, no problem. So 5 minutes later, we pull up to the house. It didn't take long to get there. And from the first second we pulled up, I just had a bad feeling. Like nothing about the sequence of events that's gone down so far has given me any hope. But we all get out of her car. She's like, all right, here's the house. I'll get everything unlocked for us.
Oh my God.
And as I'm standing there looking at...
Bro, they gotta mow that lawn, bro. Come on, dog. Just mow that lawn, bro. We're too lazy, bro. You be mowing the lawn during the summer, man. Bugs biting my legs, arms, all that. Look at this, bro. So lazy.
At this house, I don't know what to focus on first because there was a lot going on. Right off the bat, one of the windows just boarded up, had plywood nailed over it. And then when we start walking up to the front,
that probably means that somebody probably shot through the windows. You know what I'm saying? So I don't recommend going into the house. It's probably a dangerous area.
We're having to make our way through the thickest weeds you've ever seen. This front yard was so overgrown, you could barely get through the front walkway. There's weeds almost taller than me. What is this, Jumanji, just to get to the front door? But we finally get up there and she starts fidgeting with the lock trying to get it open. And while she's struggling with the door, another thing I noticed was there were papers taped and stapled everywhere, all over this front door. And I was looking at them when I realized that a lot of them were actually eviction notices. It was eviction notices, random papers from the city, fines. They had a whole book plastered onto this door. And so I'm standing there out front looking around, and this was not the same house that they showed in the pictures online. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Bro, how are you gonna bring somebody to that, to whatever monstrosity this is, and say that this is what they're gonna expect to see? Come on, dog. Like, you don't feel ashamed?
Wrong, it was the same physical property, but they must have hired Mr. Beast thumbnail editors to do some elite tier Photoshop work. Because bro, I know there's no way we just got into your car and this is where you drove us to, talking about this could be your next home sweet home. You got piranha plants in the front yard. They made the front door look like one of those community announcement boards. But there was a welcome mat out front though, so I guess it all cancels out. I appreciate the warm welcome. But unfortunately, things would only go on to get worse. We were still on the nice part, because she finally gets the door unlocked, opens it up, and this house was the most trashed house I have ever seen. I mean, this was the type of house.
How do you leave a house like that? Damn. Is there rice on the ground? Is that rice? What is that? Look at what they got on the ground. Yeah, no, it is rice. Got a broken lamp, couch, mattress, a pony.
House that should only exist on TLC shows. You would actually have to try really hard to get a house to be this trashed. And by now I've put 2 and 2 together that the last people were evicted, and they did exactly that. They trashed the house as hard as they could before they were kicked out. Hey, they did a great job. I give them an A+, maybe even extra credit. And the strangest thing I noticed was that amidst all of this random clutter,
bro, is that? No way, they got shit on the walls, on the ground. Shitted everywhere.
there was rice everywhere.
That's
yes,
what I was
rice.
saying.
There were miscellaneous grains of rice literally everywhere. The counters, the floors, the windowsills, piles here, piles there. I mean, the last people had definitely just opened up multiple bags of rice and shook them around like it was champagne. Our steps were very crunchy the whole time walking around this place. But it was probably all a farewell gift to these landlords who had just evicted them. But anyways, we walk in, they had thrown pretty much all of the furniture, trash, miscellaneous items from the entire house in one giant pile in the center of the room. I actually don't think my drawings even did it justice because the pile was close to touching the ceiling. Of course with rice all over it. And I could go on and on about just this first room. I mean, there was a broken table in the corner that looked like they were doing WWE. Where the living room turned into the kitchen, there was a whole strip of tile that was just missing, just ripped up, gone. So yeah, when she had said, oh, the last people never completely moved out, it turns out that was just a euphemism for the last people actually got evicted, trashed the place before they left, and we just left it here during the tour to give you all a warm and inviting first impression. And this is just the first 10 seconds. We're only 4 steps deep in this place. So
how can you be okay with showing this type of house to people? Like, you not feel ashamed, bro? That's crazy, bro. Man. I mean, whatever gets you bread.
So Ricky and Jesse went down one way, and Cameron and myself start walking down the other hallway back towards the master bedroom. So we're walking down the hallway, and there actually was less and less rice the further back we went. I don't know if they ran out halfway through or what. But we get back to the master, and the room itself is completely empty, but there are these giant black stains everywhere.
That's what I was talking about, bro. They got poop everywhere, bro. But that's just disgusting, bro. I get it. And you want to throw rice everywhere, you want to trash the house, but poop on the walls, the ceiling, and the floor is insane, bro. That is absolutely nasty. Nasty, bro.
Where there was a huge one on the ground right in front of us, covering probably 80% of the carpet. There were stains all over the walls. They somehow got it up on the ceiling, just of this black brownish liquid that had just dripped and spread everywhere and now dried up and hardened. And the smell, the air was actually thick. That room smelled both musty and burnt at the same time. Cameron and I were trying to figure out, like, what even is this? Is this even safe to be breathing in? And we figured out, we thought it was old car oil that had just kind of been flung around everywhere. So we walk around the corner to the bathroom and
he stepped on it, bro. I'm not walking on that, bro. I'm going like here and then into the room, bro. I'm not going here and then into the other room, bro. What the hell?
And I couldn't even tell you what was dumped all over that sink. Something nasty left behind all types of purple and brown and red chunks and stains. I don't know what type of mystery substance. The shower completely covered in more oil. At this point, I'm trying to remember if one of those papers on the front door said biohazard, because I'm starting to breathe heavily. The air is getting kind of thick by now from all the oil in the air. I can't believe it. I'm at a house tour having to do manual breathing. The vapors got my eyes stinging. So we leave that room. We go to check out the bedroom across the hall. I reach my hand out to open it. There wasn't even a handle on the door or a latch in the door frame. I just tapped it open with one finger. I'm like, you know what? Y'all got it. I'm not even gonna bother. Let me go see what's on the other side of this catastrophe. So we walk back down the hallway where the rice starts piling up again, and we run into Ricky on our way to the front. He goes, yeah, I noticed they don't have a dryer out back, only a washer. What? I was like, bruh, is that...
How did they dry their clothes? Did they have to like hang it up? How did they dry them?
Even a top 100 issue on the list right now? Jesse from around the corner was like, nah, you guys gotta look inside the fridge. And the fridge hadn't even crossed my mind yet. I definitely had to see that. I was like, no, you guys gotta look inside the master bedroom. That is absolutely a can't miss room. So I make my way to the kitchen. I'm trying not to slip on rice. And at this point, it's just curiosity with what we're gonna find next with this.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would not be exploring this house, bro. I would not at all. After I seen that room with the poop everywhere, bro, I'm just walking straight out. I'm saying, what was I saying? It's like me and fuck. Alright. But yeah, I'll be out.
House. So we get into the kitchen. The sink, they had a Jenga stack of dirty dishes. There's half-finished lunch over here, half-finished dinner over there. And then I walk over to the fridge, open it up, and on the inside, the whole thing was red. Hey, I'm hoping.
Yo. Nah, they couldn't have killed somebody, bro.
It was juice. I mean, it was definitely juice. But this house did make me think twice. It looked like somebody detonated a bottle of Hawaiian Punch in there. The whole thing smelled disgusting. There were a few other random miscellaneous food items and Tupperware left over in there rotting. And on the bottom shelf was a huge crystallized slab of whatever red liquid had just dripped down and now hardened into a giant solid mass at the bottom of this fridge. So right about now, I'm remembering on the drive over here when she had said, oh yeah, just use your imagination to picture how it would be. Bro, you better get the whole Disney Imagineering team over here because, you know, my bad, I'm having a hard time forming a clear mental picture.
You need Disney, you need Mr. Beast, you need everybody to come and fix that house, bro. I don't even know if that would be enough.
Sure. And the craziest part about it was the tour lady was acting like this was normal. She was just going about business as usual. She's talking about, yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed the spacious hallway bathroom. I think that's a good fit.
Bro, I hate people that don't know how to put their job aside and say how it really is, bro. Look at her, bro. All she care about is the money. She trying to convince them that's a good place to live, bro. That's horrible. You cannot live in that environment. I don't believe you can, bro.
For you guys, since there's 4 of you. I'm like, what, is this just another Tuesday afternoon for you? Hey, we should have listened to Carman all the way back in the beginning.
For real.
And after going through this musty, crusty tour, I could only imagine the things that
man was not lying, bro. Look at his face. Look at them eyes, bro. This dude has seen things, bro.
he had to deal with. I mean, this rental company, they didn't even try. What did they think? They were going to bring someone through and the reaction was going to be, yeah, get me a pen to sign the lease right now. Yeah, so much for a hidden gem. Yeah, that was a hidden gem that needs to stay hidden. And I could continue to go on about this crime scene of a house, but we'd be here for 30 minutes, and I gotta move on to the other additional tragic situations that we would go on to find ourselves in. Because that house was far from the last of our troubles. So I will see all of you over in part 2 to continue the story.
Hey y'all, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, man. This was a good reaction video, man. I haven't done a reaction video before, but if y'all want a part 2, you know, y'all know what to do. Get this to like 10 likes. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all for all the support, and peace.